Nyan ji jimbo zo de nyingmi yang zon nim holum jimbo ngab jada bakar tan ngam san du hirma do tomba thuje jan la kip xiang tsar yon tong zon ji ganda nyam na ya kwa tun san je li jan lak ben gon za we lama nam la sur van de do son ro we lor na chu lo jir. Good morning. Welcome everybody, and teaching meditation for almost 2 hours, right? First of all, I want to begin this teaching by explaining a little bit about in our closing prayers, and then there is a prayer about bodhicitta from Shantideva. You know that, right? This prayer is very special because it includes the whole teachings of the Way of Bodhisattva. Short, very short prayer, 4 lines, but the Way of Bodhisattva this book has 10 chapters, very long. But all the chapters, the meaning and everything includes this prayer. So you can say the name of this book, who are not familiar, sometimes they say the short way, the Way of Bodhisattva, or the longer one is Guide to Bodhisattva, a Way of Life. So this book actually can be divided into 3 sections as expressed in this prayer. We say in this prayer, may Supreme Precious Bodhichitta take birth where it has not arisen, where it had arisen, may it never went, but continue to grow forevermore, right? Very special, very important prayer, very important prayer, because the first line of this prayer is about what bodhicitta is, right? May Supreme Precious Bodhicitta. So the first line, this prayer, is about what bodhicitta is. So before you can practice bodhicitta and take up the direction in the way of bodhisattva, you must know what bodhicitta is and how important it is. So therefore, this is very huge topic, about bodhicitta. We can talk like years and years and years, right? 10 years already, right? Still, I have new instructions every time, So bodhicitta is amazing. The way of bodhisattva, right? And it's about our life. So therefore, this is just a Supreme Precious Bodhicitta. That's just very short. It's not enough. But if you understand what bodhicitta is, and if you understand how important it is, then you probably know bodhicitta. So the May Supreme Precious Bodhicitta. Supreme and Precious Bodhicitta is the wish for all sentient beings to attain enlightenment. supreme precious bodhicitta is also the method to turn your mind towards enlightenment for the welfare of other beings, other sentient beings. So bodhicitta is very precious because the bodhicitta, as you know, bodhicitta motivation gives your life its greatest possible meaning and makes every single action of your daily life as beneficial it can possibly be. So when you practice, at the beginning of your path, bodhicitta is like a seed, the seed of enlightenment. Bodhicitta, those who don't know what is bodhicitta, bodhicitta is Sanskrit term, but it means like a kind heart. It's about love and compassion. So it's like the first, when you beginning of the path, bodhicitta is like seed, great seed, the seed of enlightenment. And in the middle of your path, after you have planted the seed, bodhicitta is like water that makes your seed of enlightenment grow and stronger, And then finally, once the plant is growing, then you need the perfect sort of temperature in order to ripen the fruit of your bodhicitta and enlightenment. So bodhicitta is, you see, the beginning, middle, and the end. Very, very important. Because without bodhicitta, there is no, bodhisattva path. Without bodhisattva path, there is no enlightenment, right? There is no, without bodhisattva path, then there is no way and no chance and no opportunity to attain Buddhahood or enlightenment. So now you see, this is not enough, but, little bit, so you understand what bodhicitta is and how important it is. So you can begin to practice the book, the guide to the Bodhisattva way of life. So just I said, the Bodhisattva, the guide to the way of Bodhisattva, the first 3 chapters in this book, the guide to Bodhisattva way of life, first chapter 1, 2, and 3rd, explain 3 chapters I'm talking, right? Explain how to generate bodhicitta. And people who don't have a bodhicitta mind, for them, how to make it arise. 3 chapters, right? Way of Bodhisattva, this book, 3 chapters explain how to generate bodhicitta. And this corresponds to the second line in our prayer. You say, may bodhicitta take birth where it has not arisen. Okay? And the method for making it take birth where it has not arisen is to train the mind in the 4 immeasurable qualities: love, compassion, joy, and the equanimity. Yes, so those are the method. Those are the instructions how generate bodhicitta. In order to generate bodhicitta, you have to practice these four measurable qualities. Practice, and then we have the next three chapters, the Way of Bodhisattva. Now this chapter we call 4, 5, and 6, right? These three chapters explain how to prevent bodhicitta from decreasing. For those people who have a bodhicitta mind, but how to, how to progress and undiminish your bodhicitta. So these 4, 5, 6 chapters of Way of Bodhisattva explain how to keep your bodhicitta mind, how to, these chapters correspond to our in prayer, the third line of the prayer, where it has a reason, may it never win. And then after bodhicitta has a reason, the method for preventing it from decreasing is practicing. We have given in, taken practice, this stolen practice, right? And we have also this exchanging yourself with others and so forth. There are so many. You remember, there are many instructions that we already taught, many times during these years. So this is how you your bodhicitta, once you have, and then also you can keep bodhicitta mind through this practice. Very important. And then the last chapter, which is 7, 8, and 9th chapter, the Guide to Bodhisattva Way of Life. These three chapters explain how to make bodhicitta increase and develop further and further. So this corresponds to the final line of the prayer in our prayer, closing prayer. May bodhicitta continue to grow forevermore, right? So finally, to make bodhicitta continue to grow, we must practice. You see the 6 paramitas, or the 6 transcendent actions of generosity, discipline, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. These 6 paramitas. That's how this is like the application, bodhicitta. So you practice 6 paramitas, 6 transcendent actions, So and so that's see, now you see that this 3 chapters, the last 7, 8, 9 chapters of Way of Bodhisattva explains how to do that. So for you, to summarize, the method is arouse bodhicitta, and to train in the practice of aspiration and application bodhicitta. So we should practice these methods for making it arise where it has not arisen, and for preventing it from decreasing, and where it has already arisen, and for making it grow stronger your bodhicitta. So we can do this either in a detailed way you can practice these 4 measurable qualities and other things, or less detailed with you can also just love and compassion, practice love and compassion, or simply with compassion alone. Bhakti would say that, what am I perfect teacher, right? So you can practice compassion. So then, so you see, you can, this prayer, this closing prayer, bodhicitta prayer, includes all the chapters of the Guide to the Bodhisattva Way of Life. So therefore, it is important to give rise to bodhicitta by reciting this prayer at least three times every day, with understanding, right, the meaning of the prayer of bodhicitta. If you just don't understand the meaning of this prayer, then of course, still good, right? When you recite the prayer, still good. There's lots of benefit, but now you see it's about bodhicitta. So it's about this book, some of you are reading, the Guide to Bodhisattva Way of Life. So it's wonderful, it's wonderful, and it's support your meditation, your practice bodhicitta. So this is very important book. So therefore, I think we always recite this prayer, right? This short prayer, bodhicitta. So I think those who don't know about this prayer. So that's why I thought maybe it's good to explain you a little bit about this prayer today. So I received this this teaching. We see this Shantideva's this prayer, short prayer. It's actually from this book, Way of the Bodhisattva's book. So I received this teaching from Khenchen Padma Tsewang many times, 4 or 5 times, and I have a great what do you call it, instructions from my teacher, and this is very important book. So if you can read, and there are lots of different translators. We have different books, but there are commentaries, root text, all in English. It's fortunately very good. So that's why. And as you know that if you practice bodhicitta, then it will be very beneficial for your life. Think of this: the purpose of having this precious human body, this precious, very precious, this precious human body is to achieve happiness, right? Happiness for yourself, and to eliminate all these, negativities, and also not only for yourself, but also bring happiness to others. So that is the purpose of have this, this precious human life, our human life. So then we have a meaningful life, right? And to reach this goal, you have to follow the path to enlightenment. In order to attain enlightenment, you have to practice, not only listen the teaching. You have to practice. If you don't practice, no matter actually how many years you have this precious human body, if you don't practice, no matter how much intelligence you have or Dharma education you have, there can be no genuine happiness and benefits in your life. So if you don't practice, so if you practice bodhicitta, you can see many people, I think, very happy, better and better, And so if you don't practice, especially in your, not just a few times, but in daily life, your daily life, if you don't practice, then you yourself have cut off all this amazing benefits. So, so therefore, it's very important to practice every single day, right? So, and another thing is, when you are on the Mahayana path, right, the great vehicle path, you begin training yourself. You must have some intellectual understanding of what you're doing, right? What you're doing. Sometimes, I think too much investigate, about the teachers. We always say, you have to investigate your teacher. You have good teacher, bad teacher. What is the qualities of your teacher? We always say that. But I think sometimes too much. The student only focus on the teacher and investigate too much, and then I think sometimes we need, important, you need to investigate yourself also, and determine whether you have the qualities, of a student. You have the quality, you have the qualities or not. So, you have to sort of investigate yourself. Usually, their student need at least three. There are many, but at least three qualities or three characteristics in order to practice Buddha Dharma, in order to attain enlightenment. You need at least these three qualities. So maybe you know, but maybe you don't know. I will tell you this three qualities. At the same time, teacher need lots of qualities, right? But now I'm not going to talk about today teacher's qualities, but you, the student, first, the three qualities you need. First, you need quality. First, you need wisdom. Wisdom. It's so important to develop wisdom mind, to wisdom. So there are three different wisdoms, right? So according to Buddhism, they say the wisdom of learning, the wisdom of contemplating, and the wisdom of meditating. These three wisdoms, very, very important for you too, in order to practice Dharma. If you develop these three wisdoms, then not only you have the intellectual understanding, but then you will have some personal sort of experience from your practice. First, you don't know how to practice, you have to learn. And then not just only, it's not enough, so you have to contemplate. You have to investigate everything, and then you put them into your practice. Then, if you do this, you are actually developing your this wisdom. So then you have not only intellectual understanding, good, but not the best. So experience from your practice, very, very important. So that's why the first student need wisdom. According to Buddhism, always talk about wisdom. No, without wisdom, you can't do it. You can't practice. You can't practice Buddhism for sure. And then the second character, the quality, is you need is faith. Faith, I would say there are three beliefs, that you must develop. So the first, you have to believe your teacher once you have a root teacher. There are many different teachers, though, at least like 6 kind of different teachers. But once you have your root teacher, you have to believe whatever he says, whatever, you have to follow. And then you have to believe your lineage. There are different lineage. Whatever your teacher lineage, you have to follow, and you have to believe your lineage. And then you have to believe the teachings of your lineage. You have to all this find out. You have to this instructions, from your lineage. So you have to. If you don't believe, then you can't practice. So you must have confident faith. In order to practice Dharma. Otherwise, we say otherwise there are no blessings, right? You like blessings. I like blessings, blessings is kind of magic, right? But the Tibetan word for blessing is chinlap. it means transforming into magnificent potential. That is the blessing. Blessings refers to the development of virtuous qualities that you did not previously have. Now you have this, through your practice, these wisdoms, learn and contemplate and meditate. Then you see, you have lots of experience about your practice. That's a blessing from the teacher, from the lineage, from the, teachings. That's what we call blessings. Blessings, nothing other than that. I mean, I don't believe that. If you don't call that blessings, then what is blessings? So therefore, if you have this, the confident faith, you will be, encouraged to practice Dharma. And through this, you will transform into your magnificent potential. That is blessing. So faith gives you that blessing. So that's why second quality you need is faith. Faith, not blind faith, right? You know that. That's why I say first you need wisdom. Once you have a wisdom, your faith is really good. So you understand everything, not just to believe, right? So that's why first wisdom and second faith. And then third character student need is diligence. Okay, you have to be sort of prepared to accept difficulties on the path and not be bothered by what you are faced with alone. And you should not be satisfied with just doing a little sort of retreat or few practice or few prayers. Not enough. How much negative emotions, attachment, anger, ignorance, so they're very powerful, powerful. So you just practice a little bit, not enough. So therefore, you should promise to practice as long as you live and until you have attained enlightenment. So, in general, attain enlightenment really depends completely on your diligence. So you need to develop these qualities. At least there are more, but I'm not going to talk to. So these three are very important, So if you don't have them, okay. So wisdom, faith, and diligence, because you have no opportunity. If you don't have, you have no opportunity to attain enlightenment without these qualities. You have no opportunity to practice or develop your practice. No opportunity without this quality. So without wisdom, without faith, without diligence, I would say you're not good student. So it is your responsibility to make yourself into a good student and become a great human being. You are responsible. I can't do. The teachers can't do anything. Teachers only can teach you, guide you to the path and give you the instructions. But you are the most important teacher for yourself. So therefore, you have to take this responsibility. If you don't practice, then you have no diligence. You're lazy. Then how do you develop your practice? How you diminish your negative emotions or etc. So these are very, very important. Of course, there are many obstacles to practice Dharma, right? Even though you have met the Dharma, but you will find it difficult to continue and especially sort of complete your practice because there are inner and outer obstacles and problems. So therefore, to transform your problems into something positive is not easy. Not easy for ordinary people like us. It's not easy. Of course, for the great these bodhisattvas, great practitioners, of course, everything appears as happiness and as bliss for them, of course. But for us, it will be very difficult because as long as you see see something as a problem, as obstacle, and allow it to irritate you, then you allow that problem to disturb your mind, and you will not be able to bear it, So then you cannot suddenly sort of transform that problem into the Mahayana path, or that problem into a positive things, So then, suddenly, we don't have that kind of capacity yet, So therefore, but if you have, you see, these qualities, the student qualities, then you can transform your obstacles into positive, into your path, slowly, gradually. You are making this sort of, you're developing, your capacity, so eventually you can, and also very important, you have to investigate what makes you unable to succeed in your Dharma practice. What is the problem? What do I have you have to kind of investigate. And usually I think our problems, our obstacles, inner and outer obstacles, I think following desire and not finding satisfaction are the main causes and obstacles, problems, because they, it keeps you very busy, and then you can't find time for practice, and then give you lots of problems, worries, anxiety, because of the desire. There's no satisfaction. Because if you examine the nature of your mind, you will find that as long as you follow desire, there is no real happiness, I would say. No happiness. As long as you are not liberated from the disturbing thoughts, you will have to experience suffering continuously, because following desire causes you to experience the suffering of the dissatisfactions, So when you are able to reduce these kind of problems, the defects of the mind, its good qualities increase. Generally, our mind, amazing, has lots of good qualities, So we need to understand that our negative thoughts can be separate from the mind, especially this ignorance. Ignorance is something that can be removed and eliminated. So you should always, analyze every single attitude of the body, speech, and mind, and must not let them mix with this ego, or mixed with confusion, or mixed with one's own other negative emotions. What if negative emotions arise? First, it is important to recognize them, right? Oh yeah, anger, jealousy, attachment. You have to recognize this arise in your mind. You have to recognize. Then you have to remember the antidote, too much desire or greedy or attachment. What is antidote? So you first to recognize and then remember. And so this, the recognition, this kind of, and the remember is give you the great opportunities. So important. That's the order, that's the stages. First, we have lots of negative emotions, right? So when they arise in your mind, you have to recognize first, and then remember the antidote. What is the antidote? So you should think and recognize that this is it's a very important moment, when whatever you are happy, you're or you're suffering or whatever, this moment is the most important moment. So you have to recognize and then you have to remember, because this is very precious moment. Do you know why? This is, I'm not talking about past, I'm not talking about future. This is right now. This is the precious. This is, important and precious moment. And recognize it. If you missed, then you missed part of your life, and then you're going to miss next precious moment. So that's why we have a very important this kind of precious human life, but we don't recognize this precious moment. And it is something that you also have to take seriously in your life. This is your life. This is our life. This moment is our life. So if you consider yourself as an authentic Mahayana practitioner, you should make sure you should make your practice meaningful. You should make your life meaningful, and you should benefit others through the practice. Therefore, each and every moment when you practice, you should be very clear, no confusion, and mindful, which is recognition. Through that, your practice will be very, very meaningful and beneficial. Then it is a genuine Dharma practice. Do you understand? Dharma practice is, one way is very difficult, but the other way is not difficult. If you recognize this moment, this precious moment, then it's not difficult to practice Dharma. Generally talking, what is Dharma? Dharma has, Dharma has three aspects or three qualities. I mean, there are so many, but three. Today I'm going to say three qualities. The first Dharma aspect, Dharma qualities, the first is conduct and activity. It is a method to accomplish the temporary and the ultimate, and happiness of living beings. Focus on the conduct and activity, your actions. The second aspect, the quality, Dharma, is about intention and your motivation. It is a method to transform everything into love, compassion, faith, and wisdom. That is the Dharma quality if you practice Dharma. The third quality aspect is commitment, your commitment and attainment. It is a method to improve this life, and to attain the liberation, to attain enlightenment. So Dharma is about our life. Dharma is not religion. Dharma is about our life. How to become a human being, good human being, or have a meaningful life. Therefore, the practice we do in our daily life is very important. That is Dharma. That is very important. If you practice daily, then you can recognize gradually these values of the qualities of Dharma. And your practice also, you will understand, you will see the value, the benefit of your practice. And you will recognize also the preciousness of your life. This human life is amazing, So again, the teachings are not just something to know intellectually. It is meant to improve our minds, our life, That's why it is important for us to integrate the teachings. And more importantly, you have to bring the practice into your daily activities, right? Not just when you're on the cushion, oh, everything's good. Then you go to work, you forget your practice. Then you get angry. There is, too much activities. So you forget everything about your practice on your cushion. You have great experience, but nothing there. So that's why I always say that. So you have to bring your practice into your daily activities. Then you can see you're very happy, always smile. Everything you can see outside is very gentle and beautiful and nothing wrong. You can do that. You can do that. So we have many different practice, right? But there are three are very fundamental. They got fundamental practice are important. This is what we call the renunciation. You understand the renunciation, the awakening mind of bodhicitta. Bodhicitta is amazing, and wisdom. Wisdom relies in emptiness. Wisdom relies in the nature of everything, the essence of your life. This is a wisdom, wisdom. And then you put this practice, into your daily life. Not just to know them intellectually, right? But when you start to and correspond, or you start. How do you say this? You integrate the teachings and this practice in your daily life. You will begin to able to look at directly at the situation, and by doing that, you will begin to become more gentle with yourself and kinder with others. That's the result of your practice. I can see that. That's the result of that's amazing, right? Be gentle with yourself, and kinder to others. Then everything turns like bliss and happiness. So that's the result of your practice. Then you can see the value of your practice. Then you really want to practice. You really want to. If you don't see the value of your practice, when you see the cushion, I have to practice, but not, there's no enjoyment, So therefore, that means like you don't see the value of your practice. If you see this, then people say, don't practice. Oh, yeah, I'm going to practice, So, so it's very, very nice, But experiencing a little bit suffering is okay, It is actually important. Suffering is very important. People don't like to hear suffering. People don't want to think about suffering. I think about suffering. It's very nice. Because without experiencing suffering, you do not have the opportunity to practice, it will gives you the opportunity to discover the essence of your life, which is wisdom, which is wisdom. Wisdom allows you to see the world clearly and respond to a situation appropriately with love and the compassion, right? So if there is no suffering, how you practice compassion? Compassion is focused on the negative side, which means you have to think about suffering. Then you can develop your compassion. Once you have compassion, everything is wonderful, right? So therefore, I think you should not imagine a place where there are no problems and no sufferings, where there is only happiness. No, it's impossible, but it's good, So that's why when you think about suffering, then you want practice. You want to practice. And the teachings of the mind training shows us that the enlightenment is found right within in our emotions. If you recognize, right within our ordinary life. That's the enlightenment. Enlightenment is nothing outside. The enlightenment is not outside of our life. Enlightenment is in our life, right here, if you recognize. That's why we say heart of enlightenment. Very good. Stop there. Very nice ending. Heart of enlightenment. That's within this ordinary life. This within, you can find it, within these negative emotions. If you recognize, if you know how to do it, that is your enlightenment. Now, meditation time. Now meditate. Today, 3 channels. Long time we haven't been this practice, right? Practice the 3 channels. Okay. So, what is this practice? The 3 channels. You need to visualize, right? You need to visualize 3 channels in your body. This makes you very busy. Your mind, it helps you stop other negative thoughts. If you visualize 3 channels in your body. So these 3 channels, not part of your physical body though, but it's kind of energetic. You have to visualize the 3 channels. It's a part of the energetic body. So 3 channels means the left, right, and the center. So the right and the left channel are same size, and then the central channel is a little bit bigger than that. So the left channel and the left and right channel start at your nostrils, right? Start here. You visualize this, It's like straw, right? It's straw. You visualize your left and right channel, to start your nostrils, and then circle around your top of your eye, And then down the center of your body, and on the right and left side. And then until they reach the bottom of the torso. At this point, these 2 channels merge into the central channel. Now you have this goes here like this, and merge into central channel. Now you have central channel here, right? Central channel, and it moves towards your heart center, heart chakra, your heart here. So this central channel goes there. Sometimes they visualize all the way top of your aperture, but this time we should say central channel goes here, your heart center. So all these 3 channels like a straw, it's empty. They are empty but very pure. So that's your visualization, not so complicated, right? So visualize. In order to do this, in order to visualize them, make your back very straight. And then you start also this with your breath. Once you visualize them, then you also have these breaths, So when you start to breathe in, very slowly though, gently, very slowly. So breathe in, visualize them, visualize your breath, moving into the left and right channel, and down your torso until it reaches the central channel, and then moves up towards your heart center because of your central channel there. So right now you breathe in, for example, when you breathe in, both your nostrils, and then your breath goes into the left and right channel, go down like that. You just visualize, and then comes in central channel, your breath, central channel, and then move towards your heart. And then let your mind, you have a mind, right? Let your mind and your breath dissolve into your heart. Dissolve into your heart chakra, heart center. And then if you want, then just breathe out. Don't worry about how do I breathe out. So when you just breathe in, goes there, your breath, your mind and breath, everything dissolve into your heart. Then you breathe out. At this point, if you can, you should look directly into your mind instead of focus on your breath. Because then you will see that there is peacefulness, and then there is also relaxation. So this time you are just kind of forgetting your visualizations, 3 channels, your breath, nothing, right? So you are really sort of goes deeply into this peacefulness, this relaxation. So let your thoughts, if you have lots of thoughts, let your thoughts and your breath dissolve into that kind of, what do you call it, empty space, or whatever you call it, peacefulness or relaxation, whatever you call, which means let go your thoughts, don't follow them, let go your thoughts, and then continue to focus on that empty space, relaxation, peacefulness, as long as you can. Just like that. And then sometimes you will experience, of course, when you do that, you experience different things. Sometimes there are feelings of, being happy or being sad. Or, sometimes it feels very clear without thoughts. There's no thought. Very calm and wonderful, beautiful, nice. So there are many different feelings, but don't worry about the experience. Just let them go. So then look into, again, what the mind really is. It will directly perceive its true nature if you do this. And you need to turn your attention to clarity of awareness of your mind, because your mind is whatever you are experiencing at the moment. That's why I always say, at the moment, this moment is the most important. This moment is the precious. So focus on your attention on the essence of that moment, essence of the mind, essence of mind. So do this visualization, okay, as many times as you want or as you need, and then relax. So you do this, okay? So once your thoughts arise and bothers you, you can't really focus on that empty space or the nature mind, then you can visualize again about the 3 channels, about your breath. Do that again. Then you should, sort of breathe in this circle again, and put your mind on the clarity of awareness of your mind again, and then focus it. Try to find this relaxation and peacefulness. That's your meditation for today, okay? For, let's say, 15 minutes. So just to relax both your body and mind. Bring your mind into your body. Then you can start visualize the 3 channels and your breath, and then your awareness, your clarity, everything, okay?